absolutely perfect in this first game, right? You look at the mechanical skills, they were handling some of those gunfights like pros. Their timing were absolutely perfect. They have great numbers behind them, and it's a bit of a shocker for me because we definitely saw their performance at the Free Fire Max Asia Invitational, and they didn't really give us a lot to talk about, right? They had some good games, but fairly inconsistent with their run. But a game this explosive up against a lineup of squads that's, global level, yeah, superstars, multiple-time world champions, it's insane.
Yeah.
You got to respect that out of Nepal. Now, the big question is, of course, going to be whether or not we're going to see the consistent plays out of them.
Yeah, and I think what's really, important to think about not only is just consistency. I'm a big believer that you gotta fail in order to do well.
Yeah.
And I think that now that you mentioned the DRS didn't really and made it way better for here. But again, this is after all the first map. It's still, I think, a heat check for many of these teams.
Yeah.
They're trying to figure out where the drops are, how each team plays, how the rotations are going to go.
Yeah, and also if you look at it from a standpoint of how much of pressure these squads are under, the bigger your name is, the more your achievements, the bigger the pressure is going to be.
Yes.
Because everybody expects you to perform. And if you're a team like the Real Soldiers, DRS, the expectations are fairly low. They have got nothing to lose,
Exactly.
right? That we have brought in to play on a stage like this, and they are shining right now. They have to make sure they don't allow their nerves to catch up with them. It's going to be rough if they do, but if they continue on with this momentum, just be the underdogs that we have been looking out for all of these years. But again, consistency on a stage like this is very difficult to hold on to. We have even seen teams like Fluxo kind of flunk out. So what more DRS, right? But if they do manage to pull it off, it will definitely be a legendary run.
Yeah, I was about to say that as well. Coming in, we've seen so many legendary teams just really, find their way almost to the finishing line,
Yeah.
and then just completely lose their cool.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when you have nothing to lose, when you are on a big stage where you're just saying, hey, let's just come in here, have a great time without having to really bow down to the pressure from the bigger teams, you can make your name in history. And at Esports World Cup, everything is earned.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Team Apex Gaming earlier, the team from India, got knocked out with no placement points whatsoever. Only 2 eliminations to their name. And I feel like this is one of those teams that we can expect to see perform a little bit better here on Solara. As we hop on in, these slide rails are going to be attracting many teams to your compound. I think the third-party situation in Solara has always been extremely exciting to watch. And it looks like Gun Dynasty is looking for a big fight again with the early clash up against the Malaysians. Aurora Gaming, Eco Drain, battle up against Gun Dynasty. It's going to be a rough one.
Yeah, and it's always going to be super exciting when you go for these early fights. The rest of the map, though, fairly safe other than Delta Isle. Delta Isle right now also is, I think, very, very hectic. Now, in this situation there, I am wanting to see how GD is going to be handling this. As
Yeah.
Fuse, we're looking forward already, barely alive, as Astro already had turned on that time turner.
Yeah, this is a 50-50 early hot drop. Aurora does have a chance in here if they can manage to flank around and play their strategy well. Trogon in that